Have you ever noticed this? The guy who barely speaks at a party, the one who doesn't try to impress anyone, somehow ends up drawing the most attention. Men wonder why. Women can't explain it. But it happens every time. Here's the truth. Women secretly desire silent, stoic men because silence signals strength. When you don't rush to fill the air with words, you show that you're in control. You're not seeking approval. You're not begging for attention. And that quiet confidence is louder than anything you could ever say. By the end of this video, you'll understand why silence creates attraction and how to use it the right way, without ever coming across as cold or boring. But let's get one thing straight. Silence is not the same as being cold, awkward, or boring. That's where most men go wrong. The silent stoic man isn't hiding in a corner, avoiding eye contact or shutting down conversations. That kind of silence feels weak, almost insecure, and women pick up on it instantly. True stoic silence is different. It's controlled. It's deliberate. It's the kind of quiet that says, I don't need to prove myself with words. My presence speaks louder. Think about the difference. The cold, boring man sits with his arms crossed, avoiding people. The stoic man sits calm, relaxed, comfortable in his own skin. He listens, observes, and when he does speak, every word carries weight. That's the kind of silence that makes people lean in instead of drift away. So what exactly do we mean by silent strength? It's not about refusing to talk. It's about choosing when to talk. A stoic man doesn't throw words into every empty space. He waits, he listens, and then he speaks with purpose. That's what makes his presence magnetic instead of boring. Psychologists call this the power of contrast. When most people in the room are trying to talk over each other, the man who stays calm and measured instantly stands out. His silence isn't emptiness. It's tension, mystery, and control. Picture this. You're at a dinner table. Everyone's joking, interrupting, trying to be the center of attention. The silent stoic man waits, lets the noise settle, and then makes one sharp comment. Suddenly the whole table shifts toward him, not because he spoke louder, but because his silence made his words matter. That's the difference. Silence that creates anticipation, not silence that kills the mood. Now, before I show you how silence can turn into one of the strongest forms of attraction, I'd be grateful if you subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps this kind of wisdom coming your way. Here's why silence works so powerfully. Women don't just listen to what you say, they feel what your presence communicates. Most men think attraction is built with words. They try to convince, impress, or entertain. But every extra word often lowers their value. The man who stays measured shows something different, that he doesn't need approval, and that his emotions are under control. Psychologists call this non-verbal dominance. It's the same principle you see in leadership. In any group, the person who speaks less but carries calm authority is the one everyone looks to. Women feel this instinctively. A man who can stay silent without losing composure signals that he can handle pressure, without panic, without noise. Think about it. When a man stays calm in silence, he creates space for her to lean in. She starts filling the silence, seeking his response, working for his attention. That's the hidden power. Silence shifts the balance from chasing to being chased. Have you ever noticed how staying quiet in the right moment actually made people pay more attention to you? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Picture this. You're on a first date. Most guys panic at the silence. They rush to fill every gap with small talk. So, How is your day? What's your favorite color? Do you like dogs? The more they talk, the more nervous they look. Now compare that to the Stoic man. When the silence comes, he doesn't flinch. He leans back, takes a sip of his drink, and lets the moment breathe. Then, when he finally speaks, it's calm, measured, and confident. Instead of draining the energy, the silence builds tension, and she leans in closer, curious about him. This is the hidden truth. Silence used with confidence isn't awkward. It's magnetic. Because while most men chase approval with words, the Stoic man makes her invest with her attention. Here's why silence creates such strong desire. It triggers a woman's imagination. When you talk too much, you remove all the mystery. She knows exactly what you think, what you feel, what you're trying to prove, and there's nothing left to discover. But when you stay measured and calm, she starts filling in the blanks. She wonders what you're thinking, what you're feeling, why you're not rushing to impress her. That curiosity is fuel for attraction. Psychologists call this the projection effect. When someone doesn't reveal everything, our minds project value onto them. In dating, this means silence makes her work harder to interpret you, while the talkative man makes it too easy and loses her respect. Think about it. Who do people gossip about more? The guy who never stops talking, or the one who keeps things to himself? It's always the quiet one, because mystery is magnetic. That's why the Stoic man doesn't just hold silence. He uses it as a tool, not to shut people out, but to let them lean in. So here's the final takeaway. Silent strength isn't just about attraction, it's about respect. And the place it works best is at the very start, on the first date, or when you're just getting to know someone. That's when women are paying the closest attention. If you can stay calm, measured, and comfortable with silence in those moments, you instantly stand apart from the crowd of men who talk themselves into weakness. Don't fear silence, master it. Use it as a tool to show composure, confidence, and presence. Let her lean in instead of you chasing. That's how the Stoic man wins. If this spoke to you, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. And don't stop here. The next video will show you another hidden behavior women use to test men and how you can pass it every time with calm, stoic strength. Now tell me, when was the last time you realized that saying less made people listen more?